The first step of the recipe is to thinly slice that nasty chicken that you bought at the store. As I said last time, I like to use chicken thighs. I think the fat in the chicken adds to the flavor of the dish. Once you got all your chicken cut up, go ahead and throw some oil in that pan. Get that chicken started. I don't have time for how long you cook it. Every stove varies, but just make sure you're not going to get salmonella and die. I like my chicken raw, but 165 for the rest of you. Go ahead and chop up some green onions. Hashtag oddly satisfying. Next, hit them with some cilantro. I think this is one of the most important ingredients of the dish. It's going to add a lot of flavor. And if you don't like cilantro, then I don't know, man. Any variation of rice noodles is going to work for the dish. I decided to go with something a little lighter. If you use traditional Phad Thai noodles, it can get a little heavy, and the meal can be mainly focused around carbs. The rice noodles are pretty delicate, so I just put some warm water in a dish or a pan for about 10 minutes to cook. After you're done, strain and rinse under cold water. Question of the day, does that actually do anything? Small tip, doesn't matter if you don't have a wok, you can make do with just a large pan. But as Queen would say, if you don't got a wok, we will wok you. Sorry for that terrible joke, Lindsay made me do it. We already pre-cooked the chicken earlier, so go ahead and add that back in. If you notice, it's mostly just chicken. There is the noodles, but they're a little bit lighter than the traditional Phad Thai noodle. And that's just because we're trying to have a high protein meal and make them gains. Go ahead and throw some eggs in there. I used about 3 for the servings of this size, but you can use as many or as little as you'd like. That is definitely up to you. Wait until your eggs are a pretty good consistency. If you do it too early, it's not going to cook with the noodles in time. And if you do it too late, you're just going to have hard and crusty eggs in the dish. Throw some bean sprouts in there for that extra crunch. I like to add my green onion and cilantro into the dish once before, and then I add a little bit of garnish on top of it once I've finally plated it. The thing I love about homemade Phad Thai is you get to control how much protein is in the dish. It seems that whenever you go to the Thai restaurant, not only is it super expensive, but it's also like 80% carbs, and so it's nice that you just get to control your portions here and make a relatively cheap and healthy meal at the same time.